Ark Extinction takes ridiculously long to finish, but I am going to try and beat all the titans and the King Titan on alpha difficulty in less than 100 days. To even make this possible, I've activated PvE mode, which lets me use cryopods without the cryosickness timer. On day 1 I spawned in the center area of the map and I quickly got to killing dodos. And then I tamed this parasaur, or should I say I knocked it out, left it, and then when I came back it was dead. Then I decided to tame this monkey and I found another parasaur which actually tamed.
Great success.
I took the parasaur to the wastelands and I found this corrupted Rex.
What is that?
Anyways, I then built a platform and made some narcotics and then knocked out this pteranodon. I was however disturbed shortly after.
Why are they roaming like that?
Me and the parasaur managed to get away, but for some reason I don't know why I went back into the wastelands. I knocked out another pteranodon and then got attacked by raptors which killed my parasaur, so I knocked another pteranodon out and then it also got killed. On day 2 I tamed some saber-tooths and then I also tamed another parasaur. I placed my smithy, finally tamed the pteranodon and also tamed 2 raptors. On day 3 I took my newly tamed pteranodon and headed over to this really hot springs area because there was so much metal. However, it was way too hot, so I had to go to the desert biome, get some desert cloth armor and then try again. When I did try again, it was still too hot, so I just gave up, went back to my old location and built a base there. But before I built a base, I killed this alpha raptor which kinda killed me, but it still gave me really good loot. I set up a small base and then I knocked out this stego and managed to tame it on day 6. As soon as the stego tamed, I also knocked out this low level Anki. I then knocked out this level 144 RG and it tamed shortly after and I named it Heart. Then sadly my newly tamed stego didn't live very long, so I began taming this other stego which was way higher level. And whilst I was taming, I also built a fabricator. On day 7 I extended my base and added loads of new refining forges, and on day 8 I looked around for metal, but then I just resorted to killing lots of these machines. And on the way home I found this level 168 Rex which I decided to tame just for safety. On day 9 I got this really good Enforcer blueprint, but it was way too expensive, so I just built this ramshackle one instead. And now I had this pretty useless spider thing.
What?
I then found this level 224 RG, which I managed to knock out safely and tame on day 10. Since this was a high level tame, I had to go back to the island type of naming, and I gave it the perfect name, America. For day 10 and 11, I did some more expansion of the base. I built a generator, an industrial grill and a refrigerator, and I also went on a metal run. On day 12 I did some research on extinction and I found out that snow owls exist, so I headed straight to the snow biome to tame one, but just before reaching it I was met with something else.
Oh my... Huh? What is it? Where did it go? Mana... Managarm?
I looked around for all of day 12 and I managed to find this level 200 snow owl which I knocked out and tamed successfully on day 13.
Oh my god, so quick.
I named it Crover and then I just looked at it for a while because it looked so cool. I mean, this thing could glide, it could freeze, it was so epic.
Oh my god, but it can freeze.
Anyways, the main reason I tamed this owl is to go to the forest place underneath the extinction map and get all the cementing paste from the beaver dam so I could build an industrial forge. On day 15 I built a chemistry bench and then I went on a huge metal run with the Anki I tamed earlier. And on day 17 I headed back to the snow biome to tame my Managarm. This thing looked too epic, so I really wanted one as soon as I found out where it was. And I built this trap which I just found on YouTube and it worked so good.
Oh my god, no way.
I knocked it out really easily and he tamed perfectly fine, but I had to go all the way back to base to get a saddle for him. I also named him Manasloth. Once I did have the saddle though, I had no idea how to control it and it took me quite a long time to get used to it.
What the hell?
I mean, I literally thought this was the best way to use them. On the way home I came across my first element vein, which I managed to complete fine, and I got some element. If you watch my other 100 days, I have never built tech, so this was very new to me, and I realized I need to build a replicator, so I started working towards that. I came to the desert cave to get some polymer, but also I wanted to build cryopods. On day 20 I tamed this high level dodic, and then on day 21 I went into the Sunken forest area to get a gacha for black pearls. I don't know why, but at first I didn't check their production as I tamed them, so I just kept taming loads and then only checked when I got home. But yeah, none of them had the black pearl, so instead I found this level 224 Anki and I decided to tame it as it will gather me more metal. At this point I spent the next few days gathering loads of metal and all of the organic polymer I needed. I also tried to tame a mantis for the element nodes because they harvest more of it. However, taming a mantis is not possible in Extinction. But yeah, on day 24 I found this 25k element node, which I managed to solo with just the managon. This also gave a lot more element than the last one. When I got home I went on a huge crystal run, then I tamed more gachas to try and get a black pearl one, and then on day 25 I was fed up of stuff attacking me, so I decided to start building a wall around my whole base. On day 26 I looked for another high level gacha to mate with my potato, and I watched him do it. On day 28 I got my first gacha baby, and he had this.
Yes! You are the chosen one. You... Oh my god. Perfect name. Oh my god, come here you.
On the rest of day 28 I tamed a bunch of low level snow owls so they could poop for the gacha to pick up. On day 29 to day 30 I literally spent it gathering a crazy amount of metal so I could finally build a replicator, and then on day 31 I found a max level quetz, which is literally insane, so I had to try and tame it. However, it flew into the red weird zone with lots of wyverns and crazy stuff, and I did not manage to tame it.
No, leave him alone. Like me. It's GG. This fucking game is gonna give me a heart attack, man. What is this area? What are you telling me? Why is there an area like this that exists and now they're after me? Why is there an area like this that exists, man?
So yeah, I couldn't get a quetz, but the only reason I really wanted it is to transport all of the resources for the replicator. However, Extinction has gas bags, so I found this level 168 and trapped it, and then it knocked out. My new blob tamed on day 33 and I gave it a perfect name, and then on day 34 I went on another huge metal run. On day 35 I was very busy chainsawing mantises for more polymer, and on day 36 I found a high level Rex right next to my base, which would mate boost my other Rex, so I tamed it. On day 37 I finally had all the resources for the replicator, so I headed with my new gas bag to the Sunken forest cave. And you might be thinking, why did I not just go to the Extinction final boss obelisk? Well, I didn't know that existed at this time, so I went to like the worst possible cave and had to kill all of this. But even then, I still managed to craft a replicator, which I went back home on day 38 to build a platform for, and then I gathered some more organic polymer to build a full tech suit on day 39. I then took my two Rexes on day 40 over to this 50k element vein, and I did actually manage to do it, and it gave me so much element. On day 41 I went to my favorite place again because I wanted to build a mech. Honestly, this thing was so cool, but it was really low level, so I had to research how you get a higher level one, and I found out I need to do really hard drops. On day 42 I did my first blue drop, which didn't give me really good loot, and then I tried to do a yellow drop, which was a bit better, but I could not complete it because this game is way too glitchy, so I wasted all of day 43 trying to do that yellow drop.
Oh my god, fuck off.
On day 44 I gathered loads of metal. Once again I built a crop plot area, and then on day 45 I also added a water irrigation system. On day 46 I stupidly tried to do a red drop with just my T-Rexes and my mech, and it ended up in my mech being blown up. So the only solution I actually knew of was to get better tames. Which better tames are there? Gigas. And I have never even tamed a giga, but I wanted a high level one. So this is where it took absolutely ages for me to find any sort of high level. And I must say, this was the most painful experience I've had with Ark so far. It was extremely tedious. But after 50 more gigas and 4 days of me looking for one, I found this guy.
What the fuck?
I was very happy, so I built this metal trap. Very simple trap, but it actually worked so good. And then I am not sitting through 600 trank arrows, which is what it took to knock this giga out. So I used the command slow-mo to speed it up. You guys can hate me, but I'm not sitting there pressing left click for 2 hours. Anyways, 650 tranks later and 2 whole days, and it knocked out.
Finally, oh my god.
And then on day 55, he was awake. Whilst I was drinking, also I was choked. Regardless, I gave him the absolute... This is probably the best name I've ever given a dinosaur.
No, other name, man. Giga. That's a perfect name, holy crap.
I took him home, and this guy's roar was so epic, and he was just a beast. On day 56 I wanted to level him up, and I tried to do a yellow drop and an element node, and they both failed because this game is bugged.
This is actually just dumb as fuck.
Basically what kept happening is the last few dinos would probably get stuck somewhere and I wouldn't be able to find them, and by trying to search for them I would walk too far away from the node or the supply drop and it would fail. But yeah, I found this red drop and I tried to do it with just the giga for some reason, and obviously I couldn't, so I gave up, and it was time for me to try and find a female giga to breed with this one, and I was very not looking forward to it. I looked for one for about 2 days, but I didn't find anything obviously. But on day 59 I did find this Uranus that was pretty high level, so I tamed this instead. I also did not give up. I looked for gigas again and again, and I found so many, and I was literally falling asleep on my chair. I was so boring. However, on day 62 this happened.
Yeah! Finally! Fuck me, man!
And 600 tranks later, she was sleeping.
Yes!
I did also find out that you can have this taming tracker thing on, which was pretty cool. I don't know how I didn't know this until now. But yeah, she tamed on day 62.
Beautiful!
And I immediately took both of them to level them up with this element node. On day 64 I realized I'm going to need to extend my base if I wanted to have a giga army. So on day 65 I managed to complete the extension and I had a huge base now. On day 66 I began building a conditioning area for the babies, and then I continued to level up the gigas a little bit more and gather a crap ton of corrupted hearts as well. And then on day 67 I just gathered lots more metal and hatched a lot more gigas. On day 68 to day 71 I spent it all on my base, making sure all the gigas I was hatching were getting 100% imprinted. I was also gathering all of the crops and the gacha crystals, and I was farming with the stego, and I was just doing so much stuff around the base all simultaneously. On day 72 I took some of my new gigas and went to a 50k element node to level them up, and then a red drop spawned right next to me, so I decided to try it now that I had lots more gigas. And I actually managed to complete it, but then I tried to get my gas bag, so I walked a bit too far and this happened.
Where is it? Oh my god, why did I not eject items?
On day 73 I did a yellow drop, which didn't really give me anything good, and on day 74 I flew all the way up to the highest point on the map to look for some supply drops, but I didn't find anything, so I just went back home. On day 75 I made all the gigas I currently had mate with each other, which was quite funny because all of them were female apart from the original Giga Chad. So yeah, now I had all of these eggs, but because Giga eggs take so long to incubate, I found this purple drop, which I decided to try with all the gigas I had. To be honest, it wasn't that bad, but I mean, I had like 12 gigas that were all almost level 400, so that might be why. Honestly, the loot was good, as it should be, but there was no mech saddle, so it's not what I wanted, and the better things were more like the corrupted hearts than any of the stuff that I actually dropped. The gigas hatched when I got home, and one of them mutated to be bright red, which was pretty cool, and then I spent day 76 growing these gigas, imprinting them as much as I can, and I spent day 77 healing up my old gigas, and then I went to do another purple drop. Now for some reason, even though I had more gigas, this one was harder than the one from before. I think just because they were like blocking each other and taking way more damage, but when I did complete it, I dropped a mech.
Oh! I got a mech.
I got a level 270 Ascendant mech, which was pretty good. I mean, I don't know what's good, but I thought it was pretty good. So I spent day 78 gathering loads of crystal, enough for the mech to build, which took like 6,000. And then I also built an industrial grinder, because the purple drops give a lot of like metal structures where I could get loads of metal from. I then basically gathered all the metal on the whole map, because I think the blueprint took something like 12,000 metal, which is 25,000 metal ore. Now when I say I gathered all the metal on the map, I'm not kidding. I spent day 80 to day 84 gathering metal, and then on day 84 I found another purple drop, which I decided to just do because it was there. On day 85 I did a red drop, but this was just so I would get more corrupted hearts. I didn't really do it for any other reason. And on day 86 to day 87 is where this playthrough kind of went downhill. I, not knowing anything about Extinction, decided that I wanted to tame one of the titans right now. So yeah, I decided to go over and tame the Desert Titan, which was pretty hard, but I did it with a Snow Owl and I did it successfully. I was really happy about it. But then I found out that I also need to kill the Desert Titan, which at the time I thought was only twice, and I was planning to use my Desert Titan to kill the two Desert Titans, and I surely found out obviously that I can't do that, so instead I went over and did the Forest Titans, which is great. I did the Forest Titan again, twice. I thought you had to do it twice to beat the Alpha King Titan. No. You have to do it 3 times, which I only found out later. Anyways, then I had to get rid of my Desert Titan so I could finally kill the Desert Titan twice as well. Also, as I tamed the Desert Titan and brought it back to base, I did finally build the mech. I used the Mind Wipe tonic to get full crafting skill, and it only went up by 1 level, but it was still cool.
Oh, why are you green?
Okay, so after all of that, on day 91 I went to kill the Desert Titan twice with my new mech. At this point I still didn't know that I had to do it 3 times. Once killing the Desert Titan twice, it was time to kill the Ice Titan. It wasn't really a challenge once again, because I just had way too many gigas.
Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Oh my god.
I was at least intelligent enough to know that I needed to tame the Ice Titan to kill the first 2 King Titan variants. So on day 93 I took my Giga to the really crazy red zone and harvested lots of corrupted hearts. And on day 94 I tamed the Perlovia to borrow in the arena, so I could easily tame the Ice Titan. May I say, it was not easy. And my mech, my really expensive mech, almost blew up and I didn't bring it back up.
Oh my god, that
However,
damage.
I pulled through in the end. I was really happy.
Oh! Please, 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 please tell me. Yes! Yes! Yes.
I spent day 95 and day 97 with my new Titan just absolutely obliterating this purple drop until about wave 25 or something. It was just because I wanted to harvest more corrupted hearts for the final boss. And then, once I was gathering everything ready to go over to the final boss, this is when I realized I need 3 of each trophies. I just want to take this moment and say that I could have definitely done this, but I am not mad with how it turned out. Extinction is very hard. Extinction takes very long. But my issue is, whenever I've done these challenges, I try to do them as empty-headed as possible. Like, I try not to know anything about the expansion. That's not possible to do in less than 100 days. So obviously I still have Genesis and Genesis Part 2 to do to complete the Ark story. For those I would definitely research a bit more before I try them out. But yeah, I did not record me actually doing the bosses again and gathering everything I needed to do the bosses. Instead, I only recorded the final boss fight, as I thought it would be nicer to view. So yes, I did fail this challenge. I wasn't really expecting to not fail it, but I was very close, and if I had just known exactly what I had to do from the start, I would have definitely completed it. Either way, it was so much fun. Anyways, here is day 110, me going to the final boss arena.
Bring it on. Die!
The Gamma fight wasn't too bad, apart from the fact that my Ice Titan took so much damage since I left him in the meteorite strikes for a while. So I had to wait about 5 extra days until I could do the Beta King Titan. I fed my Titan loads of vegetable cakes that I got from the drops, and he managed to heal up. But yeah.
Let's fucking go. Yes!
His body did drop the Mega Mech, which is exactly what I needed to kill the Alpha King Titan.
Mega Mech thing.
And now it was time for the Alpha King Titan.
Go, 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 go. Oh my god, 80,000 damage. Don't dismount me. Whatever is dismounting me. Die! Kill it. Yes!
So in the end we did complete it. I'm super happy with this challenge anyway, like I said earlier, but I also want to add that I am looking into doing other types of content. When this video goes out, Spider-Man 2 will be coming out, and I'm interested in making a video on that. And I think I will, because I want to make videos on stuff I want to make videos on, if that makes any sense. Also, I am interested in a Discord server for all of us, where you guys can talk to me and I can talk to you very easily, very simply. I'm always on my computer, I'll be able to reply. However, I'm not very good at making any Discord server. I have started one, but it's kind of crap. So if any of you are interested in helping me, please let me know. Anyways, I will definitely complete Ark. There is Ark Ascended coming out very soon as well, so I will make videos on that. But I will complete Genesis and Genesis Part 2 sometime in the near future. For now, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Also, most of the people that view my videos are not subscribed. It's literally over 90%, here's the proof. So please, if you would like to, subscribe. If not, that's fine. But yeah, see you later.
Oh my god, it's so white.
Absolutely beautiful. Go on, take a look. It's finally begun. The Arks are coming home. Each one carries with it the seeds of new life. Plants, animals, and humans. And these seeds will take root across the far corners of the world. Once they do, all that life will be unleashed. From there, it will spread, grow, and thrive. And this planet, our home, will bloom once more. As for the rest of the infection, well, the Arks can take it from here. In time, they'll purge every last bit of it from its soil. But make no mistake, this is all thanks to you. I'm just glad I got to see it. Look at that. Sun's rising.
Oh my god! There's more!